Pitch to Johnson. He gets outside. He's in. Mario Johnson. 2-point conversion. The Warriors are up. Unbelievable. 22 points. 16 seconds left.
Welcome to Coach's Corner, and we're here. We just finished our football season, and we're off and running with basketball season. And I'm Nick Tedisco, and I'm joined by our color analyst extraordinaire, William Morpherly, and the head coach of the Shrewsbury boys basketball team, Adrian Machado. Adrian, good to have you back again this year.
Thank you for having me back.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
The season is underway, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you guys got off to a start last night with a scrimmage. It was a scrimmage game against Everett, and although I missed the game, you were there
we were
last
there.
night.
Three of us were there, but you've had a couple scrimmages.
Yes, we.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
We scrimmaged. We went to Bishop Hendricken and we scrimmaged. The Bishop Hendricken's like that red team up the hill of St. Peter's. Of Rhode Island. So we scrimmaged them in a kind of like there was like jamboree. So we scrimmaged Lexington, Bishop Hendricken, Cranston West, and then I forgot the fourth team. And we ended up going 2-1. So and Bishop Hendricken, I call it a tie. It was like a 1-point game, but we had to make subs at the end of the game or what have you. But we did pretty well. And then we scrimmaged St. Peter's on Sunday, and we did pretty well against them in Mid-South. And we scrimmaged Everett yesterday, and Everett was an eye opener. They're a powerhouse team, well coached, very disciplined. They could shoot, handle, athletic, and they played physical. So it was definitely, we showed spurts where we could compete, but when they went to the press, it became hard for us.
I thought we handled ourselves pretty well in the first two periods, and maybe even some of the third period that you played in.
Well, those are the teams you want to play, though, right? I mean, in the early going, you want to play the tough teams and and see, there's a good team you can measure up against and see where you're at. What are you going to do to improve, and maybe you can learn something from those guys too, right?
And you picked up some new ball players this year. You want to talk about that?
Yes, no, definitely. We got a transfer from Algonquin, Harith Kasim, fell in our laps this season. He's a very athletic kid. Can shoot it some, handle it, defend. Yesterday he didn't shoot the ball particularly well, but against St. Peter's he scored. He made I want to say 5 threes, and he scored like probably like 27 points or something like that. Very, and then he gets after it, so that definitely helps. We had 2 transfer in from Arizona, Daniel. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, so I'm not going to butcher it. But Daniel Chumku, I think, and he's still trying to get in the rotation. A little raw right now, but very athletic, can defend, block shots, and I look forward towards him helping me as the season progresses, as he starts to get what we're doing. He could definitely help John, gives us some size and some athleticism inside.
Good.
So it's definitely it was a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, you got a pretty good starting team, I think, right now. I know is Omar one of the starters?
Abu Talib, yes. Yes, he broke his hand in the scrimmage against broke a finger scrimmage against Bishop Hendricken. So he's out, but he's it's like a slight fracture, I believe. So I'm not a doctor by any means. Leave that up to Walter. We have the best in the business.
Yeah, you do.
So so right now he was in a soft cast, but today he got clearance to practice, I guess, with it being taped up, and we'll see. Obviously his health is first. Try to get him healthy.
Well, it's early yet in the season,
Definitely.
so by mid-season he'll be back and he'll be in mid-season form.
He's a sophomore now, right?
Yes, he's a sophomore, but he should be a freshman because he's a year ahead. So he's a very young kid, but he's come a long way. I've coached him for a couple of years in regards to some AAU, and he's matured so much. And last year he was on a freshman. This year he could be a possible. He will projected to be a starter and definitely help us out.
And you got your 3 starters here today. I mean, 3 captains here today, and we'll see them a little bit later on. But Johnny West, Cade Nelson, and Cole Fisher. A lot of experience.
No, definitely.
A lot of experience.
Okay, you guys should be fairly competitive this year, right?
I hope so. That's the plan. That's the plan.
It's the bench.
Yes, I have to, this year now, I was talking to our assistant coaches, Ryan Connor, Coach Ashton, Rob Ashton. I have the largest assistant coaching staff in the business. We picked up Judge Bebo, Tim Bebo. He's helping us out as well, former coach of North for 13 years and coached over at St. Peter Marion. He's going to help us whenever he can. And the biggest job we have is trying to, you can't win playing 14, 15 kids.
No.
You know, so I got to try to find a solid 8 and a 9th and 10th guy have to play limited minutes. You know, have to, give John a little break.
That's right.
Or give the other guys a little break. But the 3 solid guys off the bench, preferably 1 big, 2 guards. And, right now it's difficult because we have a couple sophomores in there to be that can shoot it. You have Ryan Caton, and we have other pieces, Thomas Murphy. Jack McGregor was a bright spot yesterday because he was able to withstand the pressure that they were giving us when I gave him a chance towards the end of the scrimmage and against their starters, and he did a phenomenal job. Didn't turn the ball over, so it was a pleasant surprise.
Which one was he?
He's a backup point guard. Nate McGregor's younger brother. Numbers, I'm awful with numbers, but he brought the ball up and he was very composed.
Number 2.
Yes, composed and brought the ball up.
Yeah.
We have a kid, Cayman Warburton, right now,
Cayman
starting at
looked
the
good
point.
yesterday.
Yes, he does, and he did a pretty decent job. He's got like I say, my biggest pet peeve as a coach, I think it's all our coaches' pet peeves, is got to take care of basketball. I mean, we can't turn the basketball over at the alarming rate that we did from the third quarter into half of the fourth. I mean, they went on this unbelievable run. First half, I think the score was like 22-21. We were up going in like with 2 minutes left in the first half, and they scored a basket. And I think the score to end the first half was like 33-22. They went on a run for 2 minutes, for like 11, 12.
Yeah, so how do you take care of the ball better? What's the
ball,
magic?
Get the ball to John West, get out the way. I mean, what else is there to do? We have the most dominant big guy, and I'll say
That's
the most dominant big guy in Central Mass.
So you're going to run your offense against Johnny then, right?
Oh, through him, yes, 100%.
Everything goes through Johnny.
Yeah.
I mean, that, keep it simple,
Makes
right?
sense. But the one thing I notice is Johnny's 6'9".
Yes.
You put those hands up. You don't throw a pass down by his face where everybody can get it. You throw the ball up here where Johnny can get it.
Right. Yeah.
Don't lose the ball that way.
That message has been sent for
He's lost his voice already.
Yes, I tell him, I go.
Did he lose his tie?
Listen
No,
to him.
I tell the guys, throw the ball up high to John, and if he can't get it, it goes out of bounds. No one's gonna get it.
That's
Throw the
true.
ball up high, and a dead ball turnover is better than just having a team steal the ball and go lay it up. At least we can set up our defense.
Yeah.
So obviously, do I want my kids throwing the ball away? No. But let's throw the ball high.
But
then.
Coach, you know what? That's a lesson to learn now.
Yes.
At before the season starts. You know, these games don't mean anything.
Not
They
at all.
mean something because it's a learning process. But you learn that lesson now, and you bring it into the season, and gets you off on the right foot. So let's talk about the league a little bit. We get you established. Sounds like you're gonna have a good core this year. And, same typical league that you have every year. Any new teams that you're in the mix?
The league runs through Wachusett.
Yeah.
Tommy does a great job. They lost Dion, they lost Nuttall, they lost a couple of pieces. Hunter Johnson transferred. They lost a lot of Liam Griffin. They lost a ton.
Yeah.
But Tommy runs a great system. He runs a great program. They're tough. They're the team to beat. Because they won the league 2 years in a row. I believe they tied with Algonquin last year. But to me, they're the team to beat. And then everybody else is I guess right there. I would like to think we have the talent and the experience to finally look to compete like we did in the years of Stowe and Reese and Cruz. Right.
Bash Brothers.
Yeah, Bash Brothers. Oh, trust me, I know. Ross and Josh, Sean Russell. I mean, we had a pretty good core back then. And this year, I would like to think that, we can somewhat hope to strive and get to where they were. Me sitting here in Coach's Corner telling you guys that we're going to do it. doesn't mean it. The guys have to go out there and they have to perform.
They have to perform.
So,
Yeah, they should make your job easy, you would think,
Yeah,
right?
kids don't do that.
I'm telling you, if they've been playing long enough, they learn, especially your captains, right? I mean, everything flows through your seniors, Billy. How many years have we been saying this over
Yeah,
and
no,
over?
no, I mean,
It flows through your seniors. Your seniors have been there. They know the magic, what it's gonna take, you know?
we have
I
good
mean,
we have good leaders. I mean, Cade, John, and Cole, they're definitely very good captains. They all bring a certain element. Like, for example, today I made a kid do push-ups because I told him, I go, every time a shot goes up, stop watching John. Go crash, go get a rebound. John's getting double teamed. That means you have an open area to go crash. So he didn't crash, all right, you gotta do 10. And right off the bat, when one teammate does 10, we all do 10. So the whole team's doing push-ups.
Hey.
So like, it's that teams, that unity that I truly love. It's a unique group. And they're definitely, like, the leaders that are gonna come and sit here, the captains are doing a great job making sure everybody is doing what they need to be doing. Captain practices have a lot of enthusiasm. They're always talking, they're chatting, they're talking with one another. They shoot free throws, not with the same kid every time. They're switching it up. So it's good, you know.
So,
It's really good.
so let me stick back with the league, and so you guys play Wachusett, Algonquin, who else?
Wachusett, Algonquin, Shepherd Hill,
Shepherd Hill.
and
Okay.
Leominster.
Yeah, they're
There's
good.
5 of us.
Easy.
And-
Okay,
So we open up with Shepherd Hill on Monday.
Monday
And
night,
we
next
play
Monday.
Fitchburg at Fitchburg, and then we have a day off and play Holy Name. But in regards to the league, the pecking order, like I'm gonna say, is Wachusett, and
And
there's
everybody
everyone
else.
So, I would like to think this year there isn't such a huge gap between
Yeah.
us and them, but, everyone's like, oh, you have a rivalry against Wachusett? No, they've beaten us 8 times in a row. There's no rivalry. You gotta beat them to make it a rivalry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The Jets are rivals to the Patriots. No, they're not. They haven't beat them, so it doesn't matter.
So we get-
Adrian, you got 3 games next week,
Yes,
and then you don't play again until after Christmas?
yes, till after
And
Christmas.
that'll be the Assumption Tournament,
Yes, correct.
Okay.
and you come up against the big boys.
Yeah, we have the Red Machine on the 27th,
7th?
and then the winner, loser, you know how that goes between Doherty and Wachusett. So that's a
Wachusett.
very good
Wow,
tournament.
that's a
Yeah.
good tournament.
So it's a
Very good
great tournament.
Yes, definitely. It's great to play.
So what are the
that early.
dates? What are the dates? What's your month?
27th, 29th.
27th and 29th. So it's a good tournament. It's a very good way to see where you're at. Get
Yeah.
3 games under the belt, which will all be tough. We're not looking ahead towards Alaska. Shepherd Hill's the best team we'll play all year, and we'll just take it one quarter at a time and see how it goes.
Nice.
So, but it's exciting when you have John West and you have, like, the captains Cade and Cole leading the way. It makes it a little bit easier, a little bit
Yeah.
easier this year.
Now, do you play St. John's in the regular season
Yep.
beside that too?
Last game of the season.
Last game.
We're one of the few teams that get to play them twice.
Wow, nice. Nice.
Jay Costa knows we're not sitting there trying to pull up any bulletin, but we're not afraid to play anybody.
No,
Everyone
no, I
knows
know
it.
that.
We're gonna
Yeah,
try to play.
that's
We'll
true.
play anybody in Central Mass at any point, and we'll get after it and see how it
Well,
goes.
You can't knock the rivalry, right?
No,
I mean,
no.
We've become a very good division. Are we 3 in basketball or 1?
One.
We're Division 1.
Mhm.
They can go out east and play.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They can
well,
go
they
out
proved
and
it
play.
last night. If they
Yeah.
kept
Football
playing
can
with,
go out east and play.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hockey's doing it.
Baseball can. Hockey's doing it.
Hockey's doing a great. I mean,
Right.
I have a new coach this year. I'm sorry, I forgot his.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
forgot
don't
his
know
name.
either.
I apologize.
Yeah,
Gotta get him
we
in here.
apologize.
We gotta get him in here.
They definitely from Binkowski down the road to where we're at right now. What they did with that program is unbelievable. So
Yeah.
it's exciting, and I think one thing that Jay Costa and we all know, he's not afraid to play anybody or put
No.
anybody on the schedule.
No.
So it's definitely awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
You, real
Screw
quickly, I
that.
don't know how much time we got left before the break, but,
He'll be playing music.
you said you have an extensive coaching staff. So who else
Yes.
is coaching with you? Tell me about your coaches, all the way down, because you've got, I don't know how many, your feeder system, you've got JVs, you've got a freshman team.
So freshman coaches are Mark Williams, who's a former principal in the Worcester Public Schools, Forest Grove, and he's a Hall of Famer
Yeah.
in the City of Worcester. Went
Yeah,
to
my brother played ball with him.
Went to Worcester
And no-
State.
Worcester State,
Worcester
yeah.
State, and went to North and played.
Yeah.
JVs, we have
Stupid phone.
we have Lee Dymo. Lee Dymo's the head coach there with Coach Bates. And then varsity, it's Jerry Nosaki, who's
Yeah,
been here
Jerry's
forever.
been
I
around
love
forever.
Jerry.
Yeah, good.
Rob Ashton,
Yeah.
former teammate of mine, Ryan Connor, head coach at Pernco. Jose Cruz, who's been with me for 15
Yeah,
years.
yeah.
And then we just picked up Coach Bebo, who's going to help us do
Right.
scouts. And he was there yesterday, took notes, and sent them to me. And it's just refreshing to see someone else's point of view, because I've been doing it so long.
Perspective.
You get stale at some point, and it's kind of like you read his notes, you sit there and you go over it with the guys tomorrow, and we'll go from there. So we're excited.
Yeah, it's
Definitely
nice to
excited.
have a new perspective on another set of eyes looking at it for you, and somebody with experience like
There we go.
that. Good.
All
All
right.
right, so we'll take a break. We reached the halfway point, and we'll be back with the captains in just 1 minute. Stay tuned.
I get up and nothing gets me down. You got it tough. I've seen the toughest around. And I know, baby, just how you feel.
All right, we're back.
Okay, we're back. Second half, we get the captains here, and I want to introduce the captains to you. We've got Cole Fisher and Cade Nelson, and the big guy, Johnny West. And welcome, guys, to Coach's Corner. You've been around how many times in this? You're becoming a regular.
This
You
year?
know who you're catching up to is Diamantopoulos, because he's been on this show probably more than anybody,
Which
as a
one?
player, as a coach. Leo,
Yeah.
he's
I think this is my 4th time this year.
that's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
It's-
Yeah,
what's
we'll
it
have
about?
him on. Probably have him on a couple more times
There
too.
you go.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Coach, why don't you just, I mean, you've been seeing these guys for how many years now?
Yeah.
If you want to say a little something about
No,
them.
definitely. Cole Fisher, this year, during the off-season, he was the leader of our off-season program in the fall, in the summer. And at the end of last year, we nominated 2 captains. And I basically had a conversation with him on what he needed to do, and he just surpassed anything. He was an awesome leader. We named him captain the first day of practice, actual team when we made the team. And this year I expect him to make open shots, take care of basketball, and play some solid defense. And I know he's ready to do that. He's just coming off a concussion.
Congratulations. You deserve it.
Thank you.
Just coming off a concussion, playing hard, and he got cleared last week. And
Great.
no, Monday, right? Got cleared
Yeah,
Monday, and 3 days into it, so we're excited. Cade is I call he's our muscle, a strong kid. He's a tough-nosed kid, tough family, obviously, from dad to I believe the mom's tougher than the dad, but we'll just leave that alone. To Cole, his older brother, who started for me as a senior, and now he's here. He leads by example. He's definitely speaks his mind, which is great. and look forward to him leading us and, you know, helping John out down low and making open shots. In regards to John, you know, he's the guy that we're gonna go to. You know, he's the guy that needs to step up and make big plays down the stretch for us. But you know what? The thing about him, he's unselfish. He knows that we're gonna try to get him the basketball, but you know, he's not gonna take 40 shots. He's definitely gonna pass the ball to the open guy, defend, bring the ball up. Hopefully less than last year, this year, and you know, make the right play. And he's, you know, all these kids, what they all have in common is they're all great kids. You know, so I'm blessed this year that I have great leaders.
Yeah, you get some good players here. You certainly do. You know, I've seen all of them. They're all battle tested. You know, Cade coming off a great season of football, where we saw him excel at what he did. Johnny with baseball, and Cole, what other sport you play in?
Baseball, but just basketball last year.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, you get some experience there. It's good to see you get to see them playing more than one
Yeah.
sport, right?
I remember seeing him light up the basket a few times.
Yeah,
And
well,
so,
he can shoot it.
he can shoot it.
shoot it.
He can
Light
shoot
it up.
Light it up.
Yeah, I mean, he's got big range. So,
Yeah, and when they start double and tripling teaming him, you're going to have a lot of bunnies.
yeah.
You're going to have a lot of bunnies. But this is the big guy in Central Mass.
Yeah, you know what? He you know, they called me a couple days ago in regards to players to watch, and you know, I basically said what everyone knows. You know, he demands a double team, and that opens it up for kids like Cade, Harith, Cole, Drew Ortelius, amongst others, to be able to make plays. And I think whereas this year we're a little bit deeper. I think we're more skilled this year than we've been in the past 4 or 5 years as a collective group. And it definitely will open up avenues for the other guys. But one thing I'll say about Cole is that last year he ran into some bad luck. So he played baseball for the first 2 years. Third, as a junior, he caught mono, so he wasn't able to try out for the baseball team, which is unfortunate. But you know, we'll see what happens this year. But he's definitely a multi-sport athlete. So you know, he's not just a shooter with nice hair. He's a hell of an athlete.
Adrian, I got a question for you. You know, as in your day when you played high school basketball, you were the big man for the Burcoat, and you guys won state championship, right?
State finalist.
State finals,
Yes.
right? So I mean, what taken from that experience and being the guy on your team as being the big guy, what kind of you know, experience, what kind of knowledge can you impart on John to help him get to that point?
Our roles, it's weird because John and I roles are similar but different at the same time. For me, I was more of the person I was more the backbone of the defense, got the rebounds, got the ball to, I played with Angel Kendall, who scored 1,976 points. Rob Bailey scored 1,400. Vondell scored 13. Rob Ashton could have scored 1,000. But we had different players that could score a ton. John's more of a guy that needs to be dominant offensively more than defensively. He needs to dominate the glass as well, but offensively. So the only thing I can tell him, and the only thing where we're similar, is that we both need to be on the floor at all times, because I was like 6'7" center. My backup was 5'11". So I needed to stay on the floor. So the things I tell him is he needs to stay on the floor. He can't pick up cheap fouls. He can't get frustrated, you know, because people are going to come at him. You know, they're going to try to play him physical. They're going to try to, the other coaches are going to be like, okay, Shrewsbury's key is John. Let's get somebody on him like Leominster did last year. Let's frustrate him so he picks up cheap fouls. Pushing people, you can't have that. Mentally, he's got to be strong and smart enough to say, you know what, I'm more important to my team than this kid is to his team. So I'm not gonna get into that.
That's a tough thing to do.
Oh,
when you're in the
100%.
game, in the
'Cause
middle
he's
of
a
a
tough
game, and you're scrapping for every second.
Yeah,
And
I think
everybody
when you got
knows
little
how
refs who wants to
intense
make names for
basketball
themselves,
is,
like
right?
the
I
one
mean, you
last
get
night.
totally intense. How do you hold back, John, from having somebody, letting go? How do you keep yourself contained?
Not gonna lie, it's pretty tough sometimes.
Usually that's me do it.
Good. That's good.
I mean, there's times definitely where like you get really frustrated with it, and it's like, how am I supposed to just let him do this to me? And I mean, we worked last year a little bit with Chris and Noel Foy on a mindset and just like resetting yourself. And sometimes I just have to take a minute when we call timeout on a break, just be like, all right, just
Belly
don't do
breathe.
it, don't do it.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's knowing that the team comes before whatever stupid foul I'm about to make.
Yeah. I guess I know how pissed you can get, really. You know, it's a tough game. It really is. We all,
That's all right.
Billy played, I played, we all played basketball.
You got this guy. Just whisper in his ear. Who's bothering you?
And you know what? You know who else he has? Who to me surprised me with his strength is Ryan Kamen.
Oh, right.
Ryan Kamen has gotten so much stronger.
He's got bigger and
He's
stronger.
bigger and stronger. So
Yeah.
hey, he's got some. I mean, we don't call them the Bash Brothers yet, but they got to earn that name.
Yeah.
But he's got
That's
a couple
true.
guys behind him that can definitely help out. And his best friend here is he has to calm him down. 'Cause this is the one you got to be careful with, because someone does something to him. You know, so that's the thing I love about them. They have each other's back.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, and if someone did anything to them, you know, we're a team, so it's fun.
I'll tell you one thing I saw last night, which I was very happy. I saw Ryan finish to the hoop. When he went to the hoop, he finished it. I mean,
Yeah.
he made the layup, which a lot of times you just see him bounce off the
Yeah.
damn rim, but he finished it. He's strong.
Yeah, definitely. Got a lot stronger.
A lot
He's a lot
stronger.
stronger, so which is good.
Yep.
We can play physical, and this team's dynamic because we can go 4 guards and John. We can go 3 bigs and 2 guards. So like we can play different styles, and that's something that we haven't been able to do in many years.
Cole, and I'm guessing that you guys saw the first part of the show, and we were talking a little bit about the league and all of that. Is
Yeah.
there any particular team that you guys kind of focus on or look forward to during this regular season? Because they're all tough.
In
They're
our
all
league?
league games.
In our league, probably either Algonquin or Wachusett. Last year we had a couple tight battles with Algonquin, then haven't beat Wachusett in a while, so you want that one. But other than that, obviously, St. John's. We got them a couple big games, senior night, and then
Right.
over at Assumption. Those are big ones.
Yeah. So you've got, and plus you get, Wachusett and Algonquin.
Yeah.
St. John's in that same
Yeah.
tournament. So
With Doherty.
So that's going to be fun.
Yeah.
And Doherty.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also Leominster. They have a couple guards that are pretty good, so that's going to be an interesting one too.
You know, Kate, there aren't too many guys that get to beat up on Wachusett twice, or even 4 times. I mean, no, 3 times.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you can look forward to it.
Yeah. I'm not. I mean, I respect Wachusett as a program. I mean, they're not like SJ. They're not like Doherty. They don't do stuff for themselves. They do. I like what they stand for. They have good morals and they're a team first. They're kind of like us. But and that's what kind of makes it more exciting, you know. It's kind of like looking ourselves in the mirror, and you know, I just want to come out on top every time. You know, I want to show that the public town school is better than the big regional schools. You know.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
That's a good outlook. It really is. It's going to be tough, especially if we got, we've got Wachusett twice on our schedule this
Yeah.
year. What, you're going to
No,
ask Johnny? something?
Johnny, who are you targeting this year?
Honestly, just whatever team comes up next on the schedule, to be honest with you.
Oh,
That's the right, that's
I'm
the right
I was
answer.
staring at him right away. I'm like,
That is,
Shepherd Hill.
Honestly,
Shepherd Hill.
That's the
who I'm
right
targeting
answer.
Adrian Belichick had already told you what the standard answer was.
no, that's the right answer.
Yeah.
You
It
look,
really is.
you look at the schedule before the season starts, and it's almost like you kind of start talking to yourself, you start talking to teammates and coach, and you're like, all right, we can get this one, we can get this one. But
Yeah.
then you get to the season, and all of a sudden, like, something happens in a basketball game that you're not expecting, and all of a sudden you drop one that you should have won.
So
And
that's
it's
right.
like, so how are you supposed to look forward to one game during the season when you got in front of you is the most important? You know?
Right. Especially when all the other kids on the team are looking up to you 3 guys to lead the way. You know what I mean? And that's really what you got to say. They want to hear.
And
that.
before it's getting a show,
Get out of here.
you're going to BC.
No
we
way.
know that. You're going to BC. Kate, colleges.
God.
Norwich, Endicott, Westfield State, and Penn State.
Good coach.
Florida State, Pierce, maybe UMaine, Florida State.
Good.
Yeah.
Good for you guys.
Thank you guys so much.
Hey,
man.
we're
Thank you.
we're going to
Thanks
look
so
forward
much.
to seeing you guys
Yeah.
off.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Appreciate
we will.
it. Appreciate
Matter of fact, we're going to be filming some.
That'd be awesome.
All right.
I love listening.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you so much,
All right,
guys.
thanks. See you next time on Coach's Corner with Johnny Mastro.
Yeah, we're going to. Johnny's retired now, so
He's down in Florida, huh?
yeah, he left. Yeah, he should.
We saw him the other day, didn't we?
He's out
Yes,
here right
I
now.
Oh, wow. He's gonna probably go play some golf, right?
No,